Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode number 94 of Explode Your Expert Biz Show. Yes, you heard well. Explode Your Expert Biz Show. If you have noticed, we have changed the name of the show. Before was Explode Your Coaching Biz Show. Now from coaches become experts. And we released last episode number 93 to explain why we made this change. So if you haven't missed that, make sure that you listen to episode number 93 where we explain the reason why we changed the name of the show, the reason why we changed direction of our business. Thank you very much for joining us live, and for those of you that are listening on the podcast, today we are going to talk about how to become an authority in 2018, because this year for us is all helping you from an expert to become an authority. So I'm seeing already a lot of people joining live. Thank you, Anna, for joining. Great to see you here. And then we are going to talk about how to run the business as a proper business. Because the reason why I believe and I see a lot of people struggle by creating great businesses, by becoming experts and authorities in their fields, is that because they are playing and being an expert, really. They're not really running a business like a proper business. They don't have a proper plan. They don't have a proper sales strategy. They don't have a proper marketing strategy, a simple profit and loss sheet to see if they are on track with their finances. But we're going to talk about all this and much more on the show as well. Thank you, Daniel, as well, for joining. I really appreciate you being here. Now, this is my solo episode that is released on Tuesday live every week at 7 o'clock p.m. UK time, and is live on our Facebook page, GTeX, and is repurposed as well on our podcast on Friday. So now let's start the music. Let's get into the content. Oh, before that, remember, you can win access to our lifetime membership, which actually I'm going to announce the winner in the next few weeks for last year. Which is a £10,000 worth of coaching, support, training, community. Basically, we help you up until you reach 6 figures. That's what the lifetime membership is. We give you everything in one place. You can win access to our lifetime GTeX membership by doing 3 things. 1 is to like, 2 is to comment, and 3 is to share this live video. And if you're here on the Facebook page, the comment needs to be whoop whoop. That's the comment you need to put in there. Alright, now enough is enough. Let's go into the nitty-gritty. Let's go into the things that actually you came here for, that you all want. Let's talk about how to be an authority in 2018. Now, it's a really difficult period right now to be an authority, and the reason why is that there are so many authorities out there. If you can think about it, everyone called themselves an authority, everyone called themselves an expert, anyone called themselves bloody bloody blah, bloody blah, bloody blah, bloody blah. But is that true? Is that real? Is that real authority? And I believe that if you call yourself and you go around and say, I am an authority in X, Y, and Z, well, the next question which is coming to me is, who else other than yourself is saying that you are an authority? Let me repeat the question. Who else other than yourself is saying that you are an authority? Now, if you have other people that are acknowledging you, that are recognizing you, that are saying how great you are, that's fantastic. Kudos to you. It means that you have done the groundwork. It means that you have been really smart in the way you are running your business. It means that you had a clear plan. It means that you knew what you had to do. However, if you are the only one calling yourself an authority, if you are the only one who says, I am the best to help people with sales, well, I'm not seeing you really as an authority. I might agree with your expertise. I might acknowledge the years that you have put in the work to master your craft, but I might not see why you are the authority in your space. So the question becomes, how do we become authorities? How do we turn our expertise and become authority in our field? And that's what this topic is today. And I'm actually releasing my next Forbes article on talking about this topic, which is going to come out in the next few weeks. I think that there are a few things that you can do. Number one is looking at your brand. Looking at your brand and looking at how many people are saying that you are the authority, because that's the key. Having other people saying that you are the real deal, that you are an expert in this field, that you are the authority in this field. Once you have that, then you're already 50% out of the way. Now, how do you do that? Well, that's where media, that's where PR comes in. That's where publication comes in. That's where other podcast interviews comes in. So one of your main goals for this year, if you want to be perceived as an authority in your marketplace, is to have as many people as possible mentioning you. Not just you mentioning yourself, but to have as many people as possible saying how great you are, talking about your products, talking about your services, talking about giving you space to talk about yourself, your journey, your business, your message, the thing that is there in your heart. That's the key. That's the key in 2018. So one of your main goals, your main objectives is to get as many interviews as possible. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go out there, get interviews on podcasts, get interviews on magazines, get interviews on publication, ask to write blog posts for other publication or for other bloggers. Now, there are a few resources because I'm already hearing you. Yes, Simone, it's all good and great, but how do I reach out to these people? How do I find podcasts? How do I find magazines? How do I find publications? Don't worry, my friend. We get you sorted. Because, at GTeX, we have your back. This is what we have. We have your back at GTeX. Now, there are a few things that you can use, just a few great free resources. One is Haro, Haro, which is Help a Reporter Out. How does Haro work? Haro is a database of writers and of authors and journalists that are always looking to feature other people, that are always looking to find interesting stories on a certain topic because they have to write articles. Some of them for smaller publications, some of them for huge publications like Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur Magazine, and so on. And they will post a question, and they will post a question that they are looking for contributors, that they're looking for experts to write about this so they can feature in the article. And then you will receive in your inbox every single day, 3 times a day, all the pitches that these journalists have put on Haro. Now, what you can do is to reply to all the pitches that are relevant to you and then grow your business in this way. Then grow your following in this way. Get featuring in many publications. Now, not every pitch will go through. But if you know how to pitch on Haro, and my good friend Nancy Gaines, actually we did an episode, I don't remember the number, but if you're looking at the episode with Nancy Gaines, she has also an amazing podcast. We talked about how to get on Haro and how to use, get media. So check the episode of Nancy Gaines. But that's a great free resource that you can use. Haro, Help a Reporter Out, Haro. Another great resource that you can use is still free. They have a free version and a paid version, like both of them. There is Source Bottle. Now, Source Bottle is like Haro, which is mainly based in the US, but is based in Australia. I haven't found yet like that based in the UK, but they will have a UK-based featured. However, I don't care if someone in Australia is writing about me, or I can contribute to a blog post in Australia. I don't care if I have to contribute in the United States. I'm more than happy, right? I don't need to go out there and finding necessarily something in the UK, because now with internet and these things called the global market, you can have clients wherever you want. Unless your expert or your coaching or mentoring or training or consulting is only delivered one-to-one. But I don't think that's the case. So these are the resources that you can use. Another great resource, which is paid and is something that we offer, that you can use to get on podcasts. And get on podcast is finding a lot of podcasters. And this is something that you can find for free, actually. You can go on iTunes and look at what are the If you're in business, what are the best business podcasts that there are? If you are in health and fitness, what are the top health and fitness podcasts that are out there? If you are in personal development, what are the best personal development podcasts that are out there? And then you can contact the podcast host, like myself, for example, and ask if they want to interview you, if they want to feature you on their show. Now, why this is great? Podcast, I think, is a very underestimated and undervalued platform. I personally see that the podcast is the future of communication and is the future of PR, is incredibly powerful because podcasts have something that other publications they don't have. They are incredibly niche. Now you can find podcasts that are listened by millions of listeners. For example, in the next few days, I'm going to be interviewed on the top business podcast in the world, which is Entrepreneurs on Fire by John Lee Duma. Now, it took me about 3 years to get on that bloody podcast, and I'm really excited about that show. And they have 1.8 million monthly downloads or something like that. 1.8 million listener is insane, right? So they can give you a massive reach, even podcast. And then you have local, more smaller podcasts that they are still really relevant. But they are putting you in front of the right audience. And what's great about podcasts is that you have a 30 minutes to 1 hour interview and people are listening to you, to your content in their ears. And because you're interviewed by someone else that they already trust because they've already been following that show, then they will automatically trust you. That's why I love podcasts so much. Now, there are a few ways you can reach out to podcast owners. One is to go and look on iTunes and go on their websites, finding the contact details and the social media links of the podcast host and reach out to them. Or the other way is, if you want to make it quicker, you give us some money and we give you a list. We have a podcast directory, which is a list of more than 1,000 podcasts divided by categories. Health and fitness, personal development, business, and technology. And then we also give you all the links of the social media details of the podcast host, their email address, their LinkedIn, their Facebook, their Twitter account, so that you can contact them and approach them, and also templates on how to approach them. So that's something that we have part of our online membership, which is only $47 a month, and you can join it. If you just want to join it for the podcast directory, you can join it and cancel it. If you find values on the other thousands of hours of trainings that are there to help you grow your 6 figures expert business, then you can stay on, and it will be great because then the community inside the membership is freaking awesome. Yes, absolutely. All the members are amazing. Now, this is a great way, as I said, on podcast, and you will find actually the link. I will put the link in the show notes of the membership so you can join there. Actually, I think that you can have a 30-day trial in the link below. I think, yeah, you can actually have the 30-day trial. Take the 30-day trial. Come on, that's on me for 30 days. Go for it. Knock yourself out. Okay. Now, let's look at another way where you can get look at another way where you can be perceived as an authority. Another way is to have endorsements by other authorities. So it's not just someone talking about how great you are, but it's someone influential talking about how great you are. Now, this is a bit more difficult and challenging to get, but good news is not impossible. There are very few ways where you can reach out to influencers and create partnerships. For example, if you're running events, that's a great way. You can invite one of those influencers because remember, they might not, if you approach them and say, hey, can you write a review about my book? Good luck, you will never get that. But if you invite them to an event that, or you are speaking to the same event where they are speaking, and influencers that you admire, you want to invite them to your own event, or you have a podcast, for example, and you reach out to them and you want to interview them on your show, if you have a nice number of listeners, if you have a Facebook community, Facebook group, for example, and you invite them to deliver a private training and then they can sell something to your community, give them what they want. That's the key. What is that they want is exposure. What is that they want is exposure. What is that they want is clients. What is that they want is money. What is that they want? So you can pay them if you want. You can give them a community. You can give them more exposures. Or you can give them a way to get more clients, or selling to your own clients. That's a great way to connect with influencers and benefit from that branding by association that happens. Or another way to grow your expert business is to use, for example, if you use awards. Now, to gain awards, why is this important? Because suddenly you don't have only an influencer or someone that runs a podcast talking great about you. But then you have someone that is an institution, or is something that is a higher level of recognition. Let's put it this way. If I want to just be very, very plain, is a higher level of recognition. It means that you're winning an award. Now, not every award, not all awards are created equal. We can agree on that. There are more difficult awards to apply for. There are awards that only huge companies can win. There are awards that only something they've done something incredible can win. But there are other awards that the only reason why people don't win them, it is because they don't apply for them. Let me repeat that again. There are some smaller awards that the only reason why you're not winning them, it is because you're not applying for them. So a great strategy for you is to make a list of all the awards that you could apply for and apply for them. Is it costing you anything? For the majority, no. Some others are paid for if you want to apply, but others are free. And then you share them with your list, you get people to vote for you, and generally the person who gets the most votes win. That's how a lot of awards work. So as long as you have some following, or people that can endorse you, or people that are willing to press a like button and to vote for you, then you're very likely to win that award. And that's something I will encourage you to do, to be perceived as an authority. Now, if you do those three things, which is get media attention, get other people to talk to you, get other influencers to talk about you, and get awards, then you are on an incredible way to get a six-figure business, and in particular to be perceived as an authority. But now let's talk about all the things that are missing, because just this is not enough. You can be perceived as an authority, as someone that knows their stuff, but make no money at all. And your business is a shambles. Your business is falling apart. You're not getting enough clients. It feels that you're running on a hamster wheel. It feels that you're running in circle. And you feel that it's almost like a puzzle, and you have all the pieces of the puzzle, but they are not together yet. Now, if that's the case, then you need to do something else. Because the most important thing that you need to do right now, particularly at the beginning of the year, now we are at the beginning of the year, you need to have a clear business strategy. You need to have a clear structure for your business. I wrote an email this morning on my daily email to my list. If you are on my list, you probably have seen that too. And in the email, I used the metaphor of a house. I use this metaphor of a house. Now, if you're building a house, you want to have a solid structure, right? Otherwise, if you don't have a solid structure, what happens? There is the wind, there is the rain, there is the snow, and the house crumbles. You ever seen the Three Little Pigs? Only the one with a strong house was the one that survived. Then everyone went in a strong house. And you want to have your business in the same way. It means that your business needs to have a solid foundation. What does it mean? It means that you need to know your mission, your vision, the values of your business. It means that you need to know who are your target clients, what challenges are they facing, what do they want, what are their problems, what are their inspiration, their goals, so you can create products that are great for them. You need to know what kind of products are you creating, and to have a series of product and a high-end offer that your clients can buy that will give you money and will give them a great service. You need to have a clear structure on how are you reaching out to new audiences to build constant flow of new people that are getting in touch with you. You need to have a clear strategy of your sales strategy. You need to have a clear sales strategy, because if you don't have a sales strategy, it's very unlikely you're going to hit your sales goal. And you're going to be wondering, why am I not getting any clients? Well, have you told to enough people? Did you book enough consultation, or did enough webinars or seminars? did you convert them on these calls, on these seminars or webinars? How well did you convert them? And how much is the average spend of that clients spend with you? Now, at the beginning, you might not care about this because you just want to get by. But then you arrive to a stage where you're starting making some money, you're starting getting some clients, you're starting getting some traction, and you want everything in your business to be structured. Because otherwise, you're just going to flip out. You're just going to chase every time a new idea. You're going to chase every time the new shiny penny, and you're not going to get anywhere. And that's a big problem, my friend. That's a big problem. So that's why you need to have a clear sales strategy. Then you know step by step how things work. Then you need to have a clear way. You need to know what actions are you going to take. What actions are you going to outsource to your team, and have a great team where you can start outsourcing those actions. Now, at the beginning, you might not have the money or the resources to outsource everything. And actually, I wouldn't recommend to outsource everything at the beginning. But then you arrive at the point where you definitely need a VA to start handling your calendar, start handling your appointment. You're just wasting time if you're doing that yourself. You're having a VA that might help you to find new podcasts or new speaking gigs. You might have, you might hire a new salesperson like we did last year, or a community manager like we did last year, if you start having a nice community building up. And these are all people that you want to have in your business. But if you don't know what activities are you creating, then how do you know the people that you need to have in your business? That's a problem. So those are all the things that you need in order to have your business structured in the right way. And my recommendation to you is that you spend time right now to have all these pieces of the puzzle together, to have all these things that might be so separated in your mind right now, to put them together in a way that flows. Because then it will flow for you. You can create systems, you can create processes, you can hire people. Running a business will become a joy because every time you know exactly what you're doing. You're not spending hours and hours just thinking about what's going to be my next move, because you already know what your next move is going to be. That's why this is so crucial. And I found that personally, it was huge freedom and clarity and excitement as well, because I wasn't chasing something anymore. I was creating it. I wasn't reacting, but I was proactive. I wasn't a passive viewer, but I was the active creator of the business. That's what allowed me to do. And that's what I urge you to create this month, because then it will stay with you for the rest of the year. Once you have it created, then you review it every quarter, but it will stay with you for the rest of the year. And that's what I urge you to do. Now, also, I would love to help you with that, because I believe that by yourself, you can do a great job. You have already proven that you're great at what you do. You have already proven that you can make and create your own destiny. You have already proven that you can make it by yourself. So I'm not here to tell you that you need me. I'm here to tell you that with me and with GTeX, this process can be much easier and much faster and less expensive. Because the more time you waste figuring out your way and figuring out by yourself, then it will cost you time and will cost you money, because you're not making any money in the meanwhile. So what I want to do is I want to help you. I want to help you saving time. I want to help you saving money. I want to help you putting this business all in a structure. And this is what we are starting doing from the 15th to the 19th of January. So it's going to come out exactly next week. And from the 15th to the 19th of January, we are going to spend time together. And in a group of people with all our clients, we are going to go through a process where you can put all these pieces of the puzzle together, and you will have a coach that is going to help you for this time. That is going to help you out during the process. It's going to be 5 days, is online, and that's part of our membership site. Now, when the course will be released, we will sell the course on the side just by himself for £497. However, you can get it for only $47 because the membership site is in dollars. So you can have it for only $47, but we are going to take only 20 more people because we want to make sure that the coach that is there with you, which is our awesome business coach, Siawash, it can follow you and can give you the results that you want. So we'll spend 5 days working on the structure of your business. The content is going to be delivered online via our own Facebook group and the membership site. And then every day there is going to be live support given by me and by your business coach, Siawash, that is going to help you, making sure that you answer all the questions that you need. And we are going to guide you through a canvas that we have created to help you put all these pieces of the puzzle of the business together so you can run a proper business. Yes, you can run a proper business. Take the guesswork out of the equation, know exactly what you're going to do, the products that you are creating, the market that you're serving, what is your unique unfair advantage, your superpower that you can use, what daily activities you need to do, what kind of team members do you need to have in place, so then you can finally say, I have a business. We're going to help you create a profit and loss sheet, something that a lot of business owners, they don't even have. That's as basic as it is. If you have it, great. That's brilliant. You're really smart. It means that you might need all the rest, right? So if you want to get access to it, if you want to be within these 20 people, just send me a message, send me an email at simone@gtex.org.uk. So simone@gtex.org.uk. Let me repeat it again. simone@gtex.org.uk, and we will be more than happy to help you out and welcome you on board and help you become an authority, because your message needs to go there. Your message, your work, your purpose, what you do needs to be acknowledged. That's why we are here. And also we can have a lot of fun along the way, because we love to have fun while we are growing our businesses and making millions. Hey ho! Brilliant. Fabulous. So make sure that you send me the email at simone@gtex.org.uk asking about the program and asking about your road to business success online, which is called Your Road to Business Success 2018 Online. That's the 5-day process. And because it's part of our membership site, it's going to be $47 for you to join. And you can stay there for the whole 30 days before you are charged again. Now, we will welcome you to stay. We will love you to stay. But it's an opportunity for you to see that course, all the other courses that we have in the membership site, connect you with the other members. And then if you're happy to stay along, then we will love you to stay along. Otherwise, you can cancel it at any time, which means it will only cost you $47. But it will be a massive switch in your business. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Guys, thank you very much for listening, for watching live here on Facebook. Thank you very much for listening to our podcast episodes as well. We love you, and it's been a great start of the year already. I'm looking forward to working with many of you on next week's program. And as usual, if you haven't subscribed yet to the show, what the heck are you doing? Subscribe right now. Take action on what you've learned. Share it with us in the show notes, and share with us in the comments, and leave us a review. What is it you enjoyed the most about this show? And remember, before next show, that together we grow exponentially. See you next time. Ciao.